right. StreamYard says we are live. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to This Week Unloaded number 128. Yeah. And for those of you out there in YouTube land, I'm sure you can see what the title of the episode is. We'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to introduce, the guests I have with me so far. First in was Mr. Buck Stanley, the gun-loving grandpa. How are you, Night Buck?
I'm doing good. How's everybody doing?
Not too bad. And then next we have Mr. Rob D, the New York Outcast. How are you tonight?
Doing all right. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us.
And then finally to this point we have Mr. G23. How are you tonight?
Not bad. Thanks for the invite.
We're talking just now a little bit about what's been going on in Afghanistan during the pre-show, and I have two articles we can go over on that for those of you who don't know what's happening. And to say that this is Biden's Saigon moment may be an understatement. So let me pull up the first article I have. If I can find the darn thing. There it is. First article comes from Fox News. It was written by Ron Blitzer. Afghan President Ghani flees. U.S. Embassy lowers American flag with Taliban takeover nearly complete. You can see this is taken from the roof. Oops, that picture there, which leads into the video, taken from the embassy roof, and you can see the smoke in the distance from where some form of attack had just happened. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani fled Afghanistan, boarding a flight and departing as Taliban forces continued to sweep through the country and entered the capital city of Kabul, Fox News has confirmed. Meanwhile, the U.S. Embassy has suspended operations. Personnel have been evacuated and the American flag has been lowered. That's it. It's over, a U.S. official told Fox News, confirming Ghani's departure. The embassy operations have been moved to a nearby international airport as diplomats, dual nationals, and American aid workers are being evacuated, sources said. According to the Associated Press, the U.S. ambassador to Afghanistan has already left. Sources told Fox News that the Taliban could be in the presidential palace as soon as Sunday evening. That would mean now. They would be there now. A White House official told Fox News that President Biden has spoken to members of his national security team on the situation in Afghanistan and will continue to receive updates and be briefed throughout the day. The latest events, which take place as the U.S. withdraws its military presence, signals the swift unraveling of the work done over nearly 20 years of war. The U.S. first went to Afghanistan following the attacks of September 11, 2001, toppling the ruling Taliban, who had harbored terrorist mastermind Osama bin Laden. The Taliban success came much faster than the president anticipated. On July 8th, Biden said that the likelihood there's going to be a Taliban overrunning everything and owning the whole country is highly unlikely. The administration came under criticism from both sides of the aisle on Sunday. There's no way to hide it. The situation in Afghanistan is another shame on its administration, Representative Vicente Gonzalez, Democrat of Texas, tweeted. Withdrawal was never going to be easy, but it didn't need to come to this. Gonzalez called upon the administration to do everything in its power to help our partners and allies to safety and protect our national security. In an appearance on CBS's Face the Nation, House Minority Whip Representative Steve Scalise, Republican Louisiana, said the Biden administration's intelligence got this devastatingly wrong. So that's the first article. Go back over here. So I can, yep, the next one. By the way, if you guys want to read the articles, they are in the information section underneath this video. So you can go down there to the description and pull up those articles.
Seen one earlier stating pretty much what you just said, but that they were in the presidential palace, already had control of the airport and the embassy.
Yeah. Well, Here's the second article. This one's from Breitbart. Again, this one was from earlier today. Escape from Kabul. U.S. ambassador flees embassy. Americans told to shelter in place. And you can see this picture here is from the airport from earlier. The United States ambassador in Afghanistan has fled the U.S. embassy in Kabul for the airport, according to multiple news sources. And you got this tweet from Jonathan Lemire, Washington, Associated Press, AP sources, U.S. military evacuees acting U.S. ambassador to Afghanistan from acting U.S. ambassador from Afghanistan from embassy to Kabul airport. The ambassador fleeing the embassy came after Biden administration officials insisted the embassy would remain open. According to the U.S. Embassy in Kabul, the airport was taking fire and Americans were instructed to shelter in place at the airport that was under fire at the time. The embassy's security alert said, "Event: the security situation in Kabul is changing quickly, including at the airport. There are reports of the airport taking fire. Therefore, we are instructing U.S. citizens to shelter in place. U.S. citizens wanting assistance in departing the country should register for any option that might be identified to return to the United States and must complete this repatriation assistance request for each traveler in their group. Spouses and minor children of U.S. citizens in Afghanistan who are awaiting immigration visas should also complete this form if they wish to depart. Please do so as soon as possible. You must complete this form even if you have previously submitted your information to the U.S. Embassy in Kabul. Do not call the U.S. Embassy in Kabul for details or updates about the flight. This form is the only way to communicate interest in flight options." Yeah, don't call the embassy because there's nobody there to fucking take your call anyway. You know? Jesus Christ. President Joe Biden, who left for vacation to Camp David on Thursday, ordered an additional 1,000 American troops to Kabul to assist in evacuating U.S. embassy staff and Afghans applying for American visas, bringing the total of U.S. forces heading to Kabul up to 4,000 to assist the approximately 650 U.S. troops already there. Earlier on Sunday, Afghan President Ashraf Ghani fled the country. The collapse of the U.S.-backed government in Afghanistan came at stunning speed. U.S. intelligence estimates had predicted the collapse over months, not days. U.S. military officials up through Friday insisted a collapse was not inevitable. Sounds to me like these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah, Fiend Dog says Biden and intelligence in the same sentence. Yep, pretty much. Oh no, the Taliban, Sam of Monarchy 92 says, wasn't the Taliban leadership and several members killed? I didn't think there was any of them left. Oh no, they were still around. They had fled to northern Pakistan. And instead of going in and finishing the job, we just let them go because we didn't want to get on Pakistan's bad side, I guess. You know, the same Pakistan that was harboring bin Laden when they were looking for him in Afghanistan the whole time. So, you know, it's been one big clusterfuck from the beginning, and Biden basically has made it worse. Remember the footage of Saigon after the North Vietnamese moved into Saigon and took over completely South Vietnam? That's basically what you're looking at here, and possibly even worse, because if the Taliban gets a hold of any Americans, it's not going to be a pretty experience for them whatsoever.
Yeah, I heard Biden left all the equipment over there, so they killing everybody with their shit.
Oh yeah, there were reports that the Taliban were using U.S. vehicles to get to Kabul. That there was just stuff laying around that the Taliban picked up and used to do this.
This just reminds me of a larger scale of Benghazi.
No, this is worse than Benghazi. This is Saigon. If you remember the
It's
remember the
different.
old newsreels from Saigon, that's what you're looking at right now. You're looking at Saigon all over again. The only thing that we haven't seen so far is helicopters airlifting people to aircraft carriers, and the helicopters having to be pushed off the deck of the aircraft carrier so that other helicopters can land. Yeah. MKJO says the image is identical. Okay.
That's pretty bad. That's a shitty city situation for anybody over there right now. You would, I mean, it's shocking. They didn't have any, as of 5 days ago. Publicly, I understand. As of 5 days ago, everything's fine. But you think they would have a little better heads up than that
You would
internally.
But, again, it's Saigon all over again. As you saw at the end of the Vietnam War, when we started pulling our guys out and Saigon happened, it's the exact same scenarios. This is exactly what happened with Saigon. When they pulled out, the U.S. forces started to withdraw from Vietnam. It empowered the North Vietnamese and the Viet Cong. They swoop into Saigon. Biden starts pulling out the troops from Afghanistan. It emboldens the Taliban. They've swooped into Kabul. It's the same thing all over again. The only difference is that Vietnam was in the jungle and Afghanistan, it's in the desert. Other than that, it's the exact same situation.
I just think we need to go in there and make some fucking speed bumps out of them.
They should have done that in the first place. They should never have let off the gas just because the Taliban went into freaking Pakistan. If the Pakistanis were going to harbor them, that's on them. We should have went in there and finished the job.
Yeah.
Now, you had all these women and stuff in Afghanistan in the parts that weren't under Taliban control starting to go to school and everything. What's going to happen to them? Under the Taliban leadership the first time around, if women were trying to go to school and stuff, they were thrown in prison. Not only is this going to cause all these Americans to be stuck behind enemy lines potentially, but now you got it's going to be one big humanitarian crisis with all the people that are going to be stuck having to go back under the rule of the Taliban again and having the Taliban's boot on the back of their necks. What these people got away from, they're going to be thrust right back into it again.
And how many of them are going to be slaughtered?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you got too much luck if you're in a controlled area as an American. It's not a good spot to be in. Just the pressure from everybody else, they're not going to be seen as harboring you. So it's it's a crap place to be.
Yeah. Vanessa says all Americans best have left. Like she came in late, so she may not have heard. No, the Americans are being told to shelter in place at the airport as the airport was under attack. And at this point, we don't know what's happened with the Americans. They were told to shelter in place and fill out a form online. And once that form was submitted and processed, they would try to help them get out. So there's no telling what's happened to the Americans. This was earlier today, and there were reports coming out that the Taliban would have had control of the city by this evening. And Rob was saying that he saw an article that said that, yeah, the Taliban has taken the city. So what's happened to those Americans? Your guess is good as mine. They could be sitting in a Taliban prison cell right now for all we know.
Or worse.
Yeah, Patriot says the difference between now and Saigon, the ones cheering for the fall of Saigon are now in charge. Oh, yeah. And the icing on the cake, you had U.S. Secretary of State Blinken, how's that for her last name, Blinken, say that, oh, no, this isn't Saigon. They're like, really? Could have fooled me because that's exactly what it looks like. Yeah. apparently that's the Biden administration's view that, oh no, this isn't Saigon. No, it's potentially worse.
Is there any idea how many people, U.S. citizens are still there?
No idea.
Like besides embassy staff?
Oh, there were school teachers that were over there because they were advising them on how to set up their school system. You had people that were helping them rebuild their government. I mean, there were contractors.
There's all types of people.
Yeah.
Humanitarian aid, all types of different things. So
they're waiting
that's what
on
I mean.
them to fill out them damn forms so they could evaluate it, see how bad it is.
Exactly.
Well, you'd assume they would have got a notice last week, like, now's the time. You know what I mean? So, and if they didn't get that, then it's got to be a healthy number of people over there. So,
yeah, I mean, you people that were over there helping them rebuild their infrastructure. Any of that kind of stuff. Like their electrical grid, their internet grid. They were still in the process of teaching these people how to run this stuff. So there's at least, if you think about it, 1,000 Americans, maybe probably a lot more than that were still over there.
That's what I was thinking. There's more than they're publicly going to tell you anyway. So
see, the bad thing about it is now, all those people we had come in from Obama, they still here, so they'll probably go a little crazy now since they've taken over there.
Sam of Anarchy says any Afghan Muslim women who are in a relationship with American men and have children with them are probably going to get beheaded. Yeah, they're not going to have a good time of it. That's for damn sure. It's against the Islamic faith for women to marry outside of Islam, and yes, the Taliban are extremists of the highest order. The Taliban is worse than ISIS, if you can believe it. So. Yeah, any of those women that Sam of Anarchy is talking about, yeah, they are not going to have a good time of it whatsoever. And Patriot says it's hard to compare since they don't actually teach about Saigon anymore. Yeah, for the younger generations anyway, those of us old enough to remember,
Oh, this damn cat.
Well, maybe if you fed it every once in a while, it wouldn't be screaming like that.
That's spoiled. Yeah, it always wants those damn treats. It's like an addict or something. Every hour or so, it's bugging me.
But who spoiled it? You?
No, it's not important. They keep just pushing for more.
Give it a salad.
Yeah, our cats would eat salad. Our cats love that kind of stuff. Getting back
so is there any public plans in the works here to do anything about this or what? I mean, I don't know if anything's come out, in the last 20 minutes, half hour or something. Yeah, if anybody's checking this stuff.
I can check headlines and see if anything else is coming about. Well, you got Representative Van Drew, former Democrat from New Jersey, who's switched sides, if you remember, what was it, like a year ago, who's calling for Biden to resign over this debacle.
Great, so then
I'm sure he'll get right on that.
And Fox is saying that Biden and Harris are avoiding going on camera right now. And they're also saying the Taliban is poised to impose Sharia law, threatening people Biden professes to fight for. These are just the headlines. And apparently Al Jazeera was watching and filming as the Taliban stormed the presidential palace in Kabul, which is no big surprise since Al Jazeera who's a supporter of terrorism. Yeah. So, yeah, those are the headlines that are on Fox News right now. See if there's anything new from the other sources. Breitbart's reporting that Taliban declares victory. Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. Pelosi says Biden is to be commended on Afghanistan. Yeah, there's somebody that's out of touch with reality. And apparently Biden was prioritizing the LGBT movement in Afghanistan as the terrorists were taking over.
How many troops did they send over there? That was in the news just the other day. I didn't really pay attention.
A total of, they just said in the article there was going to be a total of 4,000.
And they were
versus all the
being dispersed somewhere, or they're all going into
they're all going into
evacuate
Kabul
the
to
embassy.
try and, yeah, they're all going into Kabul to try and help people evacuate.
It's a decent sized, it's not like it's 5 guys down there or something. So I mean, that's decent.
The Taliban probably has 5 to 6 times that many people is the problem.
Yeah, I understand, but it's a little hope.
And Daily Caller's reporting that Bernie is calling for open doors to Afghani refugees. And Tom Cotton calls for help for stranded Americans in Afghanistan as the Taliban takes over. So, yeah, you got a lot of people on both sides of the aisle that are not very happy with Biden right now, except for Pelosi, apparently, who thinks that he should be commended.
See, that's a problem. Biden's at goddamn McDonald's playland, thinks he's at Camp David.
And somebody's taking like all the cash for it too, right? Billing it as if he was.
Those are the latest headlines that are being posted anyway. So,
well, to try to stay on top of it a little bit, because I'm sure stuff's going to keep trickling here or there. How reliable it is anybody's guess, but it takes time and everything, and then what we hear, and we're behind the ball anyway. So, and I'm sure we're told what pretty much what they want us to hear within reason. So,
MKGO posted a link from Newsmax, so check that out real quick and see what they have to say. Trump calls on Biden to resign. So, yeah, Trump is also calling on Biden to resign. Got a former Democrat turned Republican calling on Biden to resign, and a former Republican president who was a Democrat for years also calling on Biden to resign. Again, it seems like the only person of any significance that's put out a statement recently is that's not calling for Biden to resign or ridiculing Biden for what's going on right now is Pelosi. It's one giant clusterfuck right now over there. Yeah, she should resign too. Because remember, she's the one that was put in charge of the border. I'm responding to Patriot out there who said, yeah, that would be great. Harris would be so much better. Yeah, remember, Harris was put in charge of the border, and look at the goddamn debacle that's become. So she should have to resign as well. I mean,
what are you talking about? Harris is doing the greatest job ever on the border.
Yeah, they should all go down, man.
Yeah, not according to their own director of Homeland Security.
Oh, I know.
guy's,
I was just being a complete and total smartass.
I know. I was going to make a joke out of that because I'm surprised. I was going to say I'm surprised he hasn't been fired yet because of what he said about Kamala and the border.
Right? I don't think they're smart enough to figure out that they need to fire him to kind of rein that kind of stuff in.
Oh man, he tore into her about the conditions on the border when he was down there, because he finally Biden sent somebody to go look at the border, and he went down there and was like, "Oh, this is a shithole." Essentially, is what he was saying, and he put the blame squarely on Kamala because she's the one who's supposed to be in charge of all this shit. And Kingpin says they won't quit. The plan is going just about how they planned it. Yeah,
It's always something new to try keeping the focus off of exactly what he's doing, so it'll keep people not realizing how shitty of a job the libtards are doing, so that maybe in 2022 they won't get beat so bad.
yeah. Well, Patriot says, "Oh, even better. Biden gone, Harris gone. Hello, President Pelosi." Yeah, there's. I don't know
You
if there
kick
is a
her ass
silver
out
lining.
too.
Yeah, but then you have President Schumer.
So we'll kick his ass out too.
Then you have President Blinken.
So we'll. you get what I'm getting at. If you're a shitbag, you come through one door and you're out the other.
Yeah, do you know how many shitbags we have to go through to get rid of all of them?
Well, then I guess it'll be us draining the swamp, won't it?
Walk them in one door, get the tar. Walk them through the next door to get the feathers, and boot the asses out.
There you go.
Wrong Schumer move. Her uncle.
Shit. Crazy. Madness. And these other people, they didn't stop or try to, do anything, grab the wheel, try to talk some sense into anybody. They're all going along with this shit.
If something were to happen to Biden, Harris, Pelosi, and Schumer, could anybody really take a president with the last name Blinken? Blinken? Seriously? It sounds like something out of a goddamn children's book.
That was one of the characters in Harry Potter, wasn't it?
I don't know, but honest to God, the guy's last name is Blinken.
And the whole thing's messed up. We gotta just shut it down and start new elections and with non-Dominion machines and all that crap. Kick it, just do a restart.
Yeah, Kingpin's on the same page with me. He says Lincoln, Blinken, and nod. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is not good. If you're the praying sort, say a prayer for those people over in Afghanistan. They're going to need it. That's all I got to say on that one. Anybody that's studied the history of Islam, when they take over someplace, it's generally not good for the indigenous population. People think that the Europeans treated the natives here badly. They got nothing on the Islamists when they go into a country.
Yeah, just remember, rape doesn't happen unless you got 3 witnesses.
Yeah. And don't be a woman caught driving a car, and you better have your headscarf on. All those people that were no longer under Sharia, they're going right back under it. It's a whole generation in Afghanistan that was growing up without being under the heel of Sharia law is going to be thrown right back under it.
France, I think it was, or attacking or freaking out about the forced vaccinations and all that stuff.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Chaos.
Didn't hear half of what you were just saying because you were breaking up real bad.
Robot Rob. So, not to change the subject too much, but we all got to make sure to keep an eye on Kingpin, since there's a crazy ass I don't know what you want to call her, witch doctor, who has threatened his life and his family's life.
Yeah, Kingpin needs to go get himself some holy water and some other stuff, and you know, big one of them big cross necklaces that you see the rappers on like Mr. T and them wearing.
Just be on the safe side. Get that bitch tattooed on your back.
Yeah, that might work. But have a priest bless the ink first, so it's holy ink.
He needs to wear some garlic around his neck.
Oh, she's not a vampire.
Hell, you never know.
Are you sure? Are you sure? She says that she's like reincarnated, blah blah blah, or whatever. I don't remember all the babble crap that she was saying.
Well, if she's reincarnated, that means she's alive, so she couldn't be a vampire.
So, are you back, Rob?
If he is, he forgot where the mute button is.
He's probably trapped in the basement, can't find his way out.
Or he's in shock and he just got his recall papers and they're telling him he has to go over to Afghanistan.
His cat probably smacked him upside the head because he ain't getting no damn treats.
Give me that. Give me those temptations, you bastard. I don't know about you guys. If you got cats, temptations, cats go crazy for them. They literally go nuts for those things.
Not ours.
Your cat doesn't like temptations?
No,
Mine
they don't like those at all.
Yeah, our cats love them.
Mine don't.
Like, one of our cats will eat some canned cat food, and the other one won't because she tried committing suicide and wouldn't eat. So they had to put a tube down her neck, and we had to force feed her with wet food and diluted in water and stuff. And after then, she's like, "Oh hell no, I ain't going near wet food."
Yeah, we have to hide the temptations inside a cabinet or something, because if we don't, the cats will get a hold of them and they will tear the bag open and just chow down on the darn things. They absolutely love them.
We can take raw salmon or raw any kind of fish, set it on the counter, and they will not eat it.
You just got weird cats, man.
But if you take that like canned chicken from Costco, they will mow the crap out of that.
My wife gets some of those little ones that come in like the tin. What the hell's the name of that? Where you peel the wrapper off the top. Can't remember the name of the damn cat
Something
food.
like a Sheba or something.
No, that's dog food. Sheba's dog food, but it's kind of like
Oh.
that. It's in that same kind of container.
Fancy
remember the-
feast.
Yeah, fancy. That might be it. But she'll get them that, and she'll give that to them as a treat, and they love that stuff too, especially the seafood one.
And Sheba's cat food, it's got the black cat sitting on the container.
Is Sheba cat food? Well, that's okay. I'm thinking it's dog food. Maybe it is, but that's not. I know that's not the one she gets them.
Yeah, a lot of it's like that. What's it? Fancy Feast or Friskies or I forget the other one.
Yeah, there's another one that comes in like a pouch that she'll get them every so often, and they love that one too. You get so many pouches of it in a box.
I think that's the Friskies.
It might be.
They have like a pate,
Mhm.
like a lobster bisque or whatever.
Yeah. The Kingpin's saying pounce, so that might be. I don't remember. I don't pay attention to the names of these cat foods.
There's like probably 30 different ones that do pouches also. Yeah, you can get some, crazy expensive ones that come in pouches, but like your main ones from like Walmart or whatever is going to be probably like Friskies.
The Walmart here has a ton of different cat foods, canned cat foods, the kinds that come in those little tins with the peel off tops and the pouches and stuff. So I'm not sure exactly when she gets it. The only cat food I know for sure that she gets them by name is she either gets them Meow Mix or the 9 Lives, and she'll rotate them. Like one time she'll get them the 9 Lives, and then the next one she'll get them the Meow Mix, and she'll like rotate so they don't get bored eating one variety of dried cat food all the time.
Mine only says on there, it just says cat food. 5 cans for $1 at Dollar General. Cat loves it.
Now, Patriot out there says cats suck and that his daughter's dog died last week. Oh, that sucks.
That completely sucks.
Sorry to hear that, Patriot.
Wild Instinct.
So that's what Rob been eating on. I hope you know you're muted.
Yeah. No wonder his damn cat's spoiled. Look how much that damn cat food costs.
It's just crazy. That's the lady right there, man. Not me. I'd be buying Alley Cat.
No, you wouldn't. You spoil that damn cat worse than she does. You know the truth.
That cat's little snack costs more than what my damn meal does.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that damn bag of cat food cost more than what my dinner did tonight. God damn. Not that we didn't have a
Crazy.
good dinner tonight.
That cat food costs more than the last box of ammo I bought.
Damn, now that's saying something. We had a nice pork roast cooked in sauerkraut with mashed potatoes and gravy and cornbread for dinner.
Pizza myself. I picked it up in a hurry on the way home from work. Was it garlic pizza with marinated chicken on top? Pretty good stuff.
That Patriot talking a little bit more about with his daughter and their dog. He said that it tore her up pretty bad. She got the dog after she graduated from preschool, and she starts ninth grade tomorrow. So she's had the dog for a while. So yeah, I guess I can see how that would, you know, get to her emotionally and stuff. So. Yep. Time for you to be a good dad, Patriot, and go get her another doggy. There's Gary. Evening, sir. You missed the main story, Gary.
Yeah, you can't tell me you don't spoil that cat.
Uh-huh.
There's no way.
This is the mean one.
K24 says that he shot 150 rounds in a match today, and that didn't cost $29.95. I'm assuming that K24 reloads if that's the case. Who would
I bet you
spoil a
that
cat?
cat tree. I bet you that cat tree was like friggin' $150.
It looks like it's made out of a real tree.
Nope. It is made out of real tree. So I'm a cheap ass. Thing costs like, I don't know, $7, $8.
Gary says, who would spoil a cat? I don't know, Gary. We need to ask George that question. Yeah, and K24 says, yeah, casts his own and reloads.
I guess I'm kind of guilty. A year ago, not this last year, but the year before, during the cough, I sent George a bunch of toys and a huge container of treats.
Yeah, I remember that. Wasn't that like for George's birthday or something? You sent him that stuff?
Yeah, it was mainly the wife told me I had to do it.
Yeah, it's like my wife and son were buying Gary all this chicken stuff when they first found out that his logo was a chicken and whatnot. So they bought him a few different chicken related items and sent them to him. The best one I think was the one my son sent him. It was a walking chicken that has its walking poops jelly beans. They're supposed to be
Well,
eggs, but the jelly beans were brown. So I mean, it's like I've never seen I don't know. I mean, yeah, I've seen brown chicken eggs, but they didn't look like it was laying eggs. You know.
Yeah, if anybody wants to know, my dog's birthday is next week here. Just letting that fly out there for a little bit.
And your dog wants a gun or something, right?
Nah, she ain't picking. She just wants ammo.
Oh, okay. But what caliber does your dog shoot?
Anything.
If she ain't
Auto,
picky.
preferably.
What was that?
No. Patriot wants to know where his are at G23. He says he likes toys and he likes treats.
You got to rub up against his leg every now and then try to hump his leg. He'll send you treats.
K24 says shot the Texas Star today for the third time and has a video up on it for the laughs. So when we're done here, you guys can go over and check out K24's channel and see how well or not so well did with the Texas Star today. If you don't know what the Texas Star is, that's the one that's got like the 5 points and it's got a little steel plate on the end of each of the little arms that come off of it, forming the star. And you, as you shoot it and you knock off a plate, it starts it spinning, and the more plates, the more momentum it has, and the faster it starts spinning. They're not easy to shoot once they get going.
It's a good video.
Yeah, if you've never shot at a Texas Star before, it's fun, but it can be nerve-wracking. Just when you think you got it figured out and you knock off another plate, it starts going faster, and then you got to, they can be nerve-wracking, especially if you're on the timer when you're shooting at them.
I want to get a dueling tree.
Oh, those are fun too. Especially if you're
Yeah, I got all the
actually
stuff
using
to
it
make
for
one.
Yeah, dueling trees are fun, especially if you are doing it against somebody. Like one of you's got to shoot one side, and the other one's got to shoot the other side.
Yeah, I have a challenge video that I have in the back of my mind, and if I can get everything set up, it will hopefully be a great video.
Yeah. Patriot says he can't stand cats. No offense, George. They're just shifty and remind him of his first two exes. All right. That's why you shouldn't have married cats, Patriot. Never marry a cat.
Yeah, I think George had the best birthday ever that year because of the fact he probably stayed high for like a month off all that catnip.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rich, you should have show that meme to really make Rob so much more happy.
Did you email that, or is that on Instagram?
I tagged you on Instagram.
Okay, I have to go look over on Instagram.
Yeah, you should do a poll if you do. See if the crowd thinks it makes sense. Point I pointed out earlier. Rich agreed to.
Well, before I share that, I want to share this one here. If I get the right window back up. There we go. Okay, we're going to share something else before we get to that meme. So, there's Moo. I'm guessing he's hugging his son there. And it says, baby boy got married today. Congratulations, Moo. You just gained a daughter-in-law. So, I thought I would share that picture before we go looking at the other one. So, there's that. Yeah. Oh, there's more there too. Let's get the arrows.
Now, my question is who would trust Moo's offspring to have a knife?
And who buys a sheet cake for a wedding cake? Somebody's a cheap
Moo?
bastard out there.
I mean, Moo. Moo would definitely do something like that. He's probably lucky that it's it looks like that, and he didn't go to like Costco and get one that said "Happy Birthday."
This is true. Get him a day-old cake from Walmart. Let me go find that picture that you tagged. Okay. Where'd it go? There it is. This the one you're talking about?
Yep, that is definitely the one I'm talking about.
Okay, I would fall into both categories. I have Smith and Wessons and I have a Taurus, but I also have SIGs, HKs, and CZs.
Well, obviously, I think it's freaking retarded. Okay.
Yeah.
When you consider Smith and Wesson has much more of a variety of firearms than Glock, and on average cost more than Glock.
Yeah.
What the hell is Glock doing down there with SpongeBob and shit? I mean, I thought you're supposed to be a poor bastard, so
Yeah, but,
I mean, at least make it somewhat accurate if you're gonna talk shit, people. Come on.
Yeah, I know the Smith and Wesson thing is accurate on two fronts, but then it's not accurate on their higher end stuff. Because take the general M&P line, they're cheaper than Glocks. If you go with the SDs, they're definitely cheaper than Glocks. But once you get into the performance center stuff and the revolvers, that definitely can cost you a lot more than Glocks. My single most expensive handgun right now is a Smith & Wesson Pro Series, which is like the cheaper version of the Performance Center stuff. So, I mean, Smith & Wesson Smith & Wesson should be on the line. Smith & Wesson's towing the line because it's got 1 foot here and another foot here.
Should be over the line. Glock, they should be swapped with Glock.
Glock's
got no freaking curves.
No, seriously,
no curves.
I'm not saying quality-wise, but have you seen the price on Glocks lately?
Oh, still, that's because of the whole, Glock phobia, or I don't know, whatever the hell it is. But either way, yeah, they got no colors. All of them look the same. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
They're not all the same color. You got the 19X, which is baby poo brown. Looks like they got it out of somebody's diaper.
And you have the Tiffany blue.
My goodness. They got a total of maybe 3? And how many different types of models? Like when you go
they had some that have stainless
1 to the 2, or even throw the gens in there. I mean, they all kind of look the same, don't they, guys?
Well, yeah, but so does every
no, Smith and Wesson, you got the revolvers, you got the SDs, you got the M&Ps, you got the old not old, but
I know Glock only look, it's
what do you
it's
call
the
it,
old
1911 type. I mean, there's all types of guns. Glock, they're stuck on the same old piece of shit.
I know. It's the old adage, Glock makes one gun, they just make it in different calibers.
This is blasphemy. This is ridiculous.
And the funny thing is I captioned this New York Outcast.
But,
and of course, the Glock guy would bring this shit up.
But I can see the point of the meme because this is the cheaper ones. This is the more expensive
Take off the
ones.
beer goggles.
And Glocks do cost more than what Ruger, Smith & Wesson M&P, and Taurus does. I mean, that's just how it is. So I get the point of the meme because this is the rich people, this is the poor people. So it kind of, in a way, you take away the revolvers and stuff from Smith and Wesson, and yeah, I can see where they're going with it.
Okay,
But
let's
I
judge
think
rich
Smith and
and
Wesson
poor
should be
by
on the
cat
line
food
for the
price.
reasons
Okay.
yeah, that's why I said Smith and Wesson should be here. They should be on the line, right here, with 1 foot here and 1 foot here, because they do both. They got their higher price stuff that should be here, but then they got the lower price
You're
stuff
drunk.
that should be here. So
Your
Smith
meds
and
are
Wesson
off.
straddles the line. They're right
Your lady's poisoning you. Put the paint can down.
Oh, Rob's gonna rage quit here in about 30 seconds.
The way I look at it, it's champagne taste with beer budget. That's where I sit on the damn line.
So, bunch of rake stuff. G23 is probably working on that all day.
Actually, I found that on Facebook, and immediately I emailed it to you. I was like, "Oh shit, this has to go to Rob."
Moo must not be out there anymore because he hasn't said anything. Congratulations,
He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed that we were making fun of his sheet cake.
The mods weren't paying attention.
Wish him luck and all that. So, yeah, I don't know. Seems like kid's young. And I'm sketchy on marriage, and when you look at the numbers and all that, so that's why I just didn't really say anything at the time, because sometimes you just shouldn't say anything. So, but I wish him luck.
It would have been nice if my mods would have been paying attention while I was sharing the screen. Crying out. Jeez.
Why?
Well, we had some asshat out there doing some racist crap. I guess nobody caught it.
Well, I'm not on the YouTube side. I'm only here. I'm only on the StreamYard side.
Yeah. Out there with the white power crap and whatnot. So yeah. I got him. But
it was probably Rob's alternate account protesting.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, matter of fact, it happened about the same time there, didn't it? When you was having trouble with your connection.
yeah. Well, Stacy says it's not her fault. She just got there, but it happened right about the time she joined. I don't know. You could still be partly at fault there, Stacy. I don't know.
Patriot saying he didn't see it.
Yeah, I know. Patriot's got an excuse. He's forgiven. And he wants to know if anybody saw his new pistol on Instagram. I have not, because I really don't even mess with Instagram anymore. Anybody else see it?
The only reason why I was on Instagram was because I posted that meme so that you could be able to show it on tonight's show, but I haven't been on IG very often.
Yeah, I pretty much.
I don't really have Instagram, so there's a thing set up with the store, but I don't have it. So the lady's got that hooked up to her stuff.
I keep forgetting to tag your business in those crazy posts.
Oh, there's no need. Don't worry about that.
Now, is she implicating herself? Because she says she didn't say it wasn't her that did it, just that as a mod, she didn't delete it. Ooh, yeah, I'll share that so you guys can see what Patriot was posting a picture of because MKJO just threw that there in the chat. So thank you for posting that for us. And there's what he got. He got a Para 1445. I've been wanting, and it's the limited too. Those are nice guns. I've been wanting to get one, but I haven't been able. Can't find one around here. Last time
Got
the
a
gun
pair of
shop had
underwear in the
one.
corner.
What?
Is that a pair of underwear in the corner? See that on
Uh,
the bottom right?
no, I don't. I can't see it. So I can
Are
see
you
that
talking
there's
about
something
a
there, but I
tag?
can't tell what. Talking about here?
I'm just screwing with him. You know, he was like, "What the hell?"
Oh, okay. Like what? But yeah, you got one picture in color and one picture in black and white. But yeah, it's a nice looking gun, and those really are nice. I knew somebody had one of those, and that thing was one nice shooter. So congratulations on that, Patriot. Get yourself a nice little 45 there. Patriot says, "Oh yeah, I see how you guys are. Screw with the blind guy. No, we're not going to do that. But they may screw with you, but they're not going to screw you. Well, Rob might.
No, it's not a thing to worry about, buddy.
And Stacy says, "Well, if you're hot, then yes." She's allowed to say that kind of stuff. I mean, she is of the female persuasion, so she can say that kind of stuff. And K24 says, "Gotta love the 1911, especially a double stack that holds 14 in the magazine and one in the chamber." Oh, 550? Yeah, that's not a bad price at all on one of those. Jeez.
Hell yeah, that's a hell of a deal.
Oh, hell yeah. And it looks like he got a few magazines with it too. So,
For 550, not a bad price.
no, not at all. That's a great price, actually. Every time I've seen one, they were 750.
Kind of wondering what he did to get it for that price.
Yeah, your guess is good as mine on that one. Those para limited 1445s are nice. They really are. Like I said, the last time the local shop here had one, I didn't have the money for it, and they wanted 700. So I mean, 550. Yeah, that's a steal. It's not as good as Star Snoop Dogg's steal on that AR-15 as she got at Wanamaker a couple years ago, but that's still a steal. He said he had to get a good deal after getting screwed with the SIG P220. How much did you pay for the 220?
Probably around 1200.
Well, those things aren't cheap. I mean, those. So I mean, that's why I'm wondering how much he paid. He said he got screwed on it. Depending on how, I don't know. I don't know what he paid. I know he's having a hell of a time finding magazines for it.
For the 220?
Yeah, he's having a hell of a time finding mags. Nobody has any.
Gun Mag Warehouse.
Didn't have any. We looked. He he asked during one of it was either during my show or Gary's show one weekend. He asked if anybody had seen any, and we were looking on like Gun Mag Warehouse and a bunch of the other magazine distributors and stuff. Nobody had any. The only place he could find it, we found any, was on eBay, and they were wanting like twice what you would normally pay for one.
So what happened with Sick? They end up closing that contract, or did they
With the Mexico one?
continue
I
on?
don't know. The thing is, if they go and cancel that contract with Mexico, then Mexico's got a lawsuit against them for breach of contract, which could actually hurt them more than the lawsuit that Mexico is trying to push against the other gun manufacturers. The K24 says, wait, I thought about this. Blind guy in firearms? I must be confused. No, Patriot is, he is totally blind and he shoots. And believe it or not, there are quite a few blind people that actually do own firearms and shoot them very well. So, yeah, don't let being blind fool you. They have other ways of being able to shoot and enjoy the shooting sports and whatnot, and defend themselves using firearms. Yeah, go over and look on Patriot's channel and watch some of the videos he has. And
So, Ammo Depot, Ammunition Depot has them on their website right now for $43 a piece for the 45 or the 10 mil.
there you go, Patriot. Go check out the. What did you say? What site did you say again?
I'll copy and paste the link to it, and then you can put it out in the crowd.
You should be able to. Don't you have a wrench? Oh wait, you can't see the chat. This is why the StreamYard should allow people on here to be able to post through the built-in chat function to YouTube as well.
Okay, it's in the back chat.
Yeah, I see it.
That's for the 45 10 round mag. I didn't do the 10 mil.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is a 45 anyway. So, there, Patriot. If you're still looking for magazines, I just put the link out there in the YouTube chat that G23 gave me to give to you. So, yeah. And K24 says they had a deaf guy shoot steel, and they had to assign a guy to tap him on the shoulder for whenever he hit, so he could hear, because he couldn't hear when the rounds hit. What website was that, Rob? Because around here, the MMPs are always cheaper than the Glocks. I've never
Buds.
seen. Yeah, I've never seen an MMP locally that was selling for more than what a Glock was. The MMPs are always at least $50 cheaper.
Yeah, it was Bud's guns. I couldn't help myself but looking around.
Yeah, Buds has been having some decent deals on stuff lately. Like they had shotgun ammo for $16 for a box of 25, which under current prices is not bad for buckshot at all. Hell, under normal circumstances, that wouldn't be too bad. Buckshot tends to run you a lot more than what birdshot does.
Yeah, I'm just trying to debunk your biasm, your bias going on there. So
now you know darn well I do not have a bias towards Glock. I don't own a single one of them.
And Rich, I just put a link to Gun Mag Warehouse that has the 220. It's a black factory mag for the 45 for $40 instead of
in
$43.
your link it says 22 long rifle.
Does it?
Yeah. It has a 6 hour P220 22 long rifle 10 round magazine in the link. In the link itself, not the page that it goes to, but the link itself says 22 long rifle. I don't know. Maybe the link is screwed up, and maybe it is. I'll put it out there just to be on the safe side. But yeah, it actually says 22 long rifle on the link. Let me see what the page says. Yeah, they're 22 long rifle. So yeah, that link's not going to work very well. But it's the thought that counts.
They do have some over there, but they're $45 instead of the other price. So I would go with the cheaper ones that were like $43.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, ignore the Gun Mag Warehouse on the 22 long rifle. But yeah, I would go with the ammunition depot. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. So hopefully if he's still looking for mags, that will help him out. The very first link that you posted from me, since it's the actual 45.
Patriot says this was a great chat, minus the cats, of course. Uh-huh.
pretty sad when grown men are scared of cats.
Mm-hmm.
I see it happen occasionally, but it's just still kind of.
But you got to take it from Patriot's point of view. See, a dog, he can smell the dog coming, especially if the dog's like dirty and been playing outside and stuff. The cat, he can't smell the cat coming, and he's worried about that surprise butt sex from the cat.
Okay.
Especially after he said damn $29.95 snacks.
Uh-huh.
That was food.
That was
food.
Oh, it's the food? Oh. So how much are the snacks? About 25?
No, $54.99. Temptations. They're I don't know, $1 a bag or something like that.
They're more than
$1.49. Depends, I guess, where you buy them.
Yeah, they used to be $1, but then they started getting to be popular, and their price went up. It's kind of like the
order the big giant. Order the big giant container. It's like a 2-pound or something like that off of Amazon. It's like $8.
No way.
Yeah, they dry out then. We tried that. We tried that, and then after a while, the cats won't eat them anymore because they got all dried out and nasty.
Exactly. Even the regular big container is just crazy. Like, it dries out way too quick. Doesn't seal well.
Yeah.
You can tell by just how they hit the floor. You know, when they're stale or whatever, and they know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as often as you're giving them to them, that shouldn't get stale.
Well, I only give them like 4 or 5 at a time.
Yeah, we ended up throwing half of one of those, a container of one of those away because they wouldn't eat them anymore because it got so dried out. And I guess it changed the flavor of them. The one cat ate one of them and spit it out after so long. It just, I guess the texture and whatnot to it got to be nasty, and they wouldn't eat them anymore. They had to, so we went back to getting them the plastic envelope type pouch thing of them.
Yeah, that's what I get. And then you can switch it up too, variety. You don't get stuck with 10,000 one flavor treats or something. Yeah, you can grab 5 or 6 different ones or whatever the case is, and run through 1 or 2 at a time.
Yeah. Those things, they used to be $1 a pack, and then the popularity of them, people were finding out their cats loved them, and then they increased the price on them. It's kind of like what happened with Simply Orange juice when that first came out. That stuff was like a budget brand orange juice, man. But then people started buying it, and that stuff like doubled, tripled in price. That stuff is
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their lemonades are good too. And their raspberry lemonade, if you haven't tried those are really good too.
Yeah, I like the lemonade. Man.
Yeah. They got I'm thinking Tropicana's got a peach something now too. We got it in the fridge. I haven't tried it yet, but peach something. But I screwed up last night. I was, grabbed a drink right before bed or whatever, slammed some orange juice like I shouldn't. And when I was dumping it in the cup, I spilt it like an idiot. And so I grabbed the towel, was trying to clean everything up, left the damn orange juice out. Came out this morning and realized that I had like probably half a gallon left. Couldn't believe it. And it was the Tropicana stuff or whatever. So it wasn't cheap to buy a gallon. And I was pissed. That's a hell of a waste.
Oh yeah, I had the kids do that with the damn Simply Orange. It's like, you dumb shit, who left this on the counter all night? Anyway, Patriot's got to go. He says, thanks for a good show, gentlemen. He's got to go because it's high school tomorrow, and cue the dramatic music. Well, good luck, Patriot. Didn't know you had to go back to school, but
Later,
I guess
Patriot.
you got to finish that diploma at some point, I mean, he was a Marine, so I guess they would let him in without a diploma. So. We know it's your daughter, so good luck to your daughter tomorrow on her first day of high school.
You poor sucker.
He has no idea what he's in for unless he remembers back. It only goes downhill from here, man.
Yeah.
Need to buy a guard dog and post it outside her bedroom door, and then another one outside her bedroom window. Keep the boys out.
That's amazing. I don't envy him at all, honestly. So I'm so happy to be done with the school system. So, so happy.
You got kids in school that are school age still?
No, not anymore.
I thought you did.
Well, I did, but they finished up. So last one just finished up. So
God damn it. I've known you long enough for your kids to finish school. God damn.
Probably. Yeah.
It's amazing how time flies when you're doing this shit.
Yeah, all I got in school are my grandkids now.
Have a good night, Rob. Or Patriot. Damn it. I read the end of his comment. Like, damn it.
Ladies, gentlemen, and Rob probably, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm so happy to be done. All the bullshit, the drama, this and that, especially the schools here. I mean, I don't think they're like the, I don't think it's like that everywhere, but probably, where most of you other people are at, it's probably a whole different experience, but it's a damn mess here. So, especially when statistically, was it over 70% don't graduate in the public school around here. So it's just a freaking disaster.
Rob,
So,
your schools are way better. Your schools are way better than the schools here in Oregon. They just dropped that you don't have to know how to read, write, or do arithmetic to be able to graduate.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow.
I live in the smart section of West Virginia.
That's
They
ridiculous.
They have almost 100% graduation rate, and they do have to know how to read and write and do math to graduate here. But yeah, it's nearly 100% graduation rate here.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, man.
Yeah.
And, all the BS with the friends and so much drama. I guess in a bigger city, every kid knows somebody that almost died or got stabbed or OD'd or sister got raped or there's something.
Oh hell,
it
was like that when it was like that in high school when I was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's just crazy. All the drama, the fights, everything that goes on, like kicks up to a whole nother level when you get into high school. So, and then if your kid's like stuck on the whole gotta fit in, soft when it comes to peer pressure, then good luck to you.
I told you guys a story about my high school best friend's girlfriend who OD'd after she found her mother committed suicide. So, that was a thing back then too.
So, Rich, you should read Patriot's last comment to Rob.
Oh, Rob, you mean she didn't tell you yet? Oh, ha 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 ha. So,
I don't know what that means, but
I ain't sure either.
Yeah, you'll probably find out in 9 months.
She adopted Patriot's daughter? I don't know.
Oh, like as if the lady's pregnant or something. I assume.
Yeah,
Exactly. You'll find out in 9 months.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, we practice. We try to avoid that situation. So put it that way. That would be bad because shit, I don't even think I'm allowed on school property anymore. So.
What did you do?
not that I told them how I felt about those bastards, but not really. I'm always respectful and stuff, but still, I can apparently still be very intimidating, although I'm being, in my opinion, polite and calm. Because I am polite and calm, but I just don't beat around the bush. I just say what the hell I'm thinking, how I think it, in a respectful manner. But I know you're not going to like it before I say it, but it doesn't stop me from saying it. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know how to put it, but I wasn't any kind of violent threat or nothing like that. I just,
I don't know.
Not happy with them. So, but I wouldn't put my kid through public school anyway. So
you definitely beat around the bush when you sent that reply email. I was expecting like a big FU or something.
Yeah, I left that light. But no, now when it comes to the kids and all that crap, I'm just not very thrilled with the school. And my daughter gets jumped and it's all over, goes like a viral throughout the area and this and that, but yet they want to arrest her. So um, you can expect me to be pretty damn upset. So to the point where, you know, the police were told I wasn't supposed to enter the grounds and blah, 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 and all this stuff. So not that I was coming to, you know, do anything. I was just pissed off about the fact, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, before my kids got out of school, where they were going to school back at the other town we had just moved from. You know, they're going to school there, and they instituted a policy where if somebody hits you and you retaliate, you're the offender and you get suspended for protecting yourself. Like, wait, what? They just got this new principle there about that time period, at that time, and this woman's a nut. No, nobody liked her being principal. Yeah, she instituted a policy where if you defended yourself, you were just as guilty as the person that hit you, that you were defending yourself against. Already,
yeah, it's pretty much the same thing here. I mean, that's how it even went down legally, or they tried, but you know, they tried to rope her up on charges, all types of stuff, even though, you know, she was on the ground being attacked, but because her foot caught the other girl's jaw once, and an officer seen that, it was mutually combative. So, but thankfully, too, some volunteer work I've done in the past for the district attorney's investigator, federal whatever guy, I can't think of the actual term, but basically appraise and value for a bunch of hack contractors ripping people off, because if nobody places a value on it, you can't get restitution. Not that you're probably getting anything from these freaking junkies anyway, but you know, down the line maybe. But nobody will praise the value, then they don't have any value to put it at. So basically that's where I stepped in. But needless to say, thanks to my connection with him, the school didn't even want to see the video I sent because it was all over. So we had other kids send it to us, which was like the full version, not the one the school was trying to claim they had. And it, you know, it was a total different story, obviously. You know, when it wasn't cut up out of context or this or that. So, and the school like refused to even look at it. Like, didn't even want to hear it. I tried talking to a dude myself, the prosecutor down there. He didn't even want to hear what I had to say. Like, try to give him, you know, the card with the nah, he didn't want it. So the investigator got in touch with him. I don't even know if I should be saying this technically, but I guess it yeah, probably don't matter. But he got it in front of the DA and everything, and they looked at it and were in quite shock, and basically everything was dropped and handled correctly at that point. But that's after, you know, I tried doing it after I hired an attorney, because I'm not letting my daughter catch charges for some bullshit. And that bullshit attorney didn't even show up. So I got ripped off in that aspect. It was a big drawn out ordeal, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit deal. So I'm not, yeah, not very happy with the school system. And that's just one aspect, but so.
Yeah, that's one of the good things about having the stand your ground here. They could suspend a child for fighting, for defending themselves, but they couldn't have criminal charges pressed against them if it was proven that they were defending themselves, because of the fact that we do have stand your ground. So that's you guys don't have that. So yeah, that I could see where your daughter could get tangled up in some shit for that up there in New York, which sucks because it's absolutely stupid that it's against the law to defend yourself against somebody attacking you. But you know, you can definitely see where you're coming from on that one. I'd be right there with you, you know.
Hey, speaking of New York, man, how's that governor situation thing working out, Rob?
He's got another week left yet, doesn't he? Rob, if you're talking, you're muted, man. Oop, we lost him.
Okay. Hey, G23. How's that New York governor thing going? You know?
So last I heard, Como is stepping down in like 2 weeks, and the lieutenant governor will take over as the governor, and then I think it's like the speaker of the house will take over the lieutenant governor's spot, and it'll be the first time in New York history that it's been an all-female panel, and along with the first time in history that a female has been the governor of New York.
And that was like a week ago that he did the whole resigning thing. So I think he's got like a week left yet.
Yeah, something like that. You know, Rob should know. He's got that psycho chick who's going to take over.
Well, Whitmer's moving from Michigan to New York.
Hey man, I say flush them all down the toilet, but they don't care what I got to say. Yeah, she's not much better from the research I've done. So she seems to be pretty much just following the Cuomo line in a sense. So I don't think there will be any change with that, which is sad. There is some people up and coming, which, depending how things work out, blah, 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 who knows. But next election, there's a guy, Rob Astorino. He ran against Cuomo initially, was like 10 years ago or something like that, and lost. But he's looking at jumping back in. He's anti-SAFE Act, which is good. That's, all the BS, anything that looks scary, round counts, all that crap. And this anti-forcing people to vax or whatever you call it or whatever. So he's not with that either. So basically, I can't speak for everything else about him, but those are two things on a quick search that popped up that stood in my mind. So, but who knows what we'll get to choose from. And honestly, I don't have much faith in the system, honestly, anyway, so that doesn't really matter to me. So hopefully somebody good gets in there, but more than likely, even if they do, something will happen, blah, 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 and the whole thing continues to be a bunch of pile of crap. So we'll see.
So, Rob, did you see what her statement was? I think it was today, saying that she wants to use that stimulus money to help with the landlord, getting the money to the landlords quickly, and then whatever's left over get to the illegals.
No, I mean that just means she's going to give $5 to the landlords and 95% of everything else to them. So I don't know. No, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen it or whatever, but just because they say that, I mean, people are still going to get screwed. So, my opinion, whatever they claim they're doing.
Well, on that note, we're going to start wrapping this up because Midnight had sent his links out, so he should be starting up soon if he hasn't already. So, before we got here, you got anything you want to say, Buck? Any links, or not links, but anything you want to promote or anything?
No, not really. Just thanks for the invite, and everybody out there try to stay safe.
All right, thanks for jumping on. What about you, G23? Anything you want to plug, promote, whatever?
I got a live stream on Saturday evening starting at 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern. I'm going to try getting another video or two out this week. I can't guarantee that I will. Otherwise, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, no problem. Ozzy just popped in and he said he made it to the range today and for first time in 3 months and took out his Rock Island 1911 10 millimeter and shot it. It says, what a beast. So Yeah, he was talking about that over on Scotsman show earlier. So that's cool. What about you, Rob? Anything you want to plug, promote, sell?
Sure. Rod of Iron Freedom Festival, October 10th and 11th. You should be there. That's the one thing. The other is Eat a Salad. Thanks for joining us.
Well, don't you have a product that you're selling?
If you go to
but if anybody in R&L displays if you're looking for a display stand, but display kit. But I assume everybody in these shows or chats say they've already heard it a dozen times. So I'm not trying to brainwash you or force you into it. So if you don't want to join the top tier cool kid club, that's up to you. So
the fact is, he makes a Glock stand, but he does not make an M&P pistol stand. Just letting you guys know this. So again, that goes back to the meme. And you can always use code G23 for 15% off.
Well, technically, the one that takes Glock mags isn't actually made for a Glock. It's made for PCC that uses Glock magazines.
It works for a Glock pistol. That's all I'm saying.
So does duct tape.
Anyway, on that note, we will bid you all adieu for this week. Be sure to check out the various shows that go on during the course of the week. And Clover just pops in and says he's waiting for the revolver stand, Rob. No response on that one, Clover.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, probably can't help you with that. There's 1,000,001 out there for those. So wasn't trying to get in every firearm, I guess you could state. So
well, you could do a universal handgun. You could do a universal handgun stand. Do the wood base, and then have like a metal U-shaped bar that it goes into the end of it, and it comes out, and you slide the barrel down over the bar.
Yeah. Oh, I know I can, but I mean, you can go on Wish or eBay or anything and find those a dime a dozen. How am I supposed to make a profit and sell it cheaper to be competible? Like, there's no room in that.
He doesn't want the Chinesium.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's nice, but you are probably the only one that wants to pay more for the one I make. So
hey, if you made a revolver stand, I may be tempted to buy one myself for my 627. So you never know.
I know one might be good for the tourist judge.
See, make it happen, Rob.
You can do it.
You can do it. You can do it all
night long.
Anyway, we gotta get out of here. So again, we will see you next week, everybody. He already makes a Glock stand, Gary, according to G23. So yep. Have a good night, everybody, and we will catch you next week. This is where you throw out your taglines, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Eat a salad.
Don't eat a salad.
Salads give kidney stones. And we'll see you on the range.